Good day and welcome everybody to another IZBLAB video. I am your host Patrick, and today I would like to share with you something very special to me. Well, not very special. I mean, it's not like one of my children or anything like that, but it's pretty cool. And what I want to share with you and talk to you about is Inktober. More specifically, my Inktober notebook here. Now, before I get into that, let me just address something real quick. This is a response from a user. I need to find out what his name is real quick. I forgot his name. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Here we go. Okay. So, years ago, I put out a video uh, detailing my attempts at making a homemade saw table. And it wasn't the prettiest thing, and granted, it did look unsafe. Well, 3 weeks ago, YouTube user or YouTube watcher, or I don't know, maybe he's got some content out there too. Littlest Hobo asked me, "Are you still alive after building this heap of fill in the blank?" You know what that is. Well, Littlest Hobo, I'm going to take for granted that you are actually concerned about me because that did not look safe at all. So I don't think you're trying to put me down or anything like that. So I'll answer your question. Yes, I am still alive. I have since made a new, simpler saw table, and it does not seem to be any safer than the last. As a matter of fact, every time I use it, whether it was this one or the one before it, I always had it set in my mind that the blade could come flying off and take my shoulder off, so I was very careful. But yes, I'm still alive. Thank you for your concern, littlest hobo. Now let's jump in to Inktober. Well, it's already passed. You know what? Give me another second. Let me see if I can pull up the name of the guy who did Inktober. Can you guys give me just a minute? I promise you I'll get to this. Please. You know what? I'll look for it at the end of the video. Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll look for it at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The reason I want to share this is because this is the first time I've participated in Inktober from beginning to end. The first time I did 31 ink drawings. So, let's get into it, shall we? Let's just get into it. Now, this is not Inktober. Actually, I started using a moleskin notebook that I bought some time ago, and I just wasn't using it that much. So this is the very first drawing I put in here. So let's just go ahead and flip through it. This is another drawing. No, don't worry about that. Unfinished drawing. A turtle that I drew out, a sea turtle that I drew out. You'll actually be able to see the video that I have on YouTube about creating a tea light holder with the turtle design in there and the problems that I ran into. Day one of Inktober, I started off using the prompts from Inktober, and this prompt is Swift. This is day one. I just looked for a bird real quick and sketched it out real quick because, the day was just about done. It was almost done. And I wanted to get something out. I didn't want to miss any days, so I just drew this up real quick and I put it out there. I'm satisfied. That was day one. The prompt was Swift. Day two, Divided. I don't know, half man, half goo, half man, half alien. Either way, Divided. He is not a person without arms. This is just the way I drew it because I didn't want to put in all those details. I didn't have enough room for all of that. I just wanted to do the divided prompt here. So that's what this one is. This is Divided. Poison was the prompt for this one. Oh, come on. There we go. As you can see, she's got the little skull mask and the bones in her hair. The idea was to look at her straight on and see the skull and crossbones that represent poison. It didn't really come out the way I thought it would, but I don't know. Maybe people will get it. Maybe people will see it. If not, that's okay. It's still part of Inktober. A lot of these I actually had to use pencil sketching, so I'll try to remember to let you know where the pencil sketches are. And this one is one of them. Divided before that was one of them, but Swift was not. This one, I want to say no. This was not a pencil sketch at all. This one is the underwater theme, underwater prompt. It's supposed to look like one of those, what, water tunnels at some fancy aquarium. I actually went on Google to find an image of it, and I think it came out okay. I mean, you know, not the greatest, but I think it came out pretty good. I used a little, you know, gel pen. I used a gel pen to get some of these highlights in here, and I don't think you can see it, but it's no big deal. I tried to make it look like a little Polaroid. My daughter has one of those miniature Polaroid type cameras. See the shape of the, that's me! That's me! This is the shape of the Polaroid. This is what I was trying to match. Okay, moving on. What is this? This is day 4. Okay. Long. Foot long. Now this is one of those sketches. This was not using pencil. This was one of those sketches or one of those ink drawings that I just needed to get out there real quick before the day ended. So a foot long hot dog with like a mustard or a ketchup tie, wearing cool shades. Yeah, long. All right, moving on. Oh, come on, turn. This is the 5th day, yes. Okay, and then the 6th day, this prompt was sword, so he's a little tough guy sword, getting ready to fight. Never mind the fact that he is a weapon. He's about to fight and do some damage, or at least we're going to assume he is. Uh-oh, I let it fall. I was actually trying to take a sip of my coffee. So that prompt was sword. Now there are 2 Inktober sketches that don't show up in here because I was in class. So I'm going to show you those real quick. You'll notice that there are some class notes written around them. The next one after that, shy. Okay, this is during an analytics class. I'm actually taking an MBA program, or is that right? Yeah, studying. Wait, how do I say it? I'm in the MBA program. I'm enrolled in the MBA. Good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. I'm enrolled in the MBA program at Cal State San Bernardino in California. The prompt was shy. Let me turn down my phone so that I don't get disturbed. Oh my. Come on. Oh goodness. It's not. Hang in there, guys. I know I should have been more prepared for this. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. Now I'll get vibrations, but that's about it. Yeah, the prompt here was shy. I was in an analytics class. I'm taking the MBA program at Cal State here in San Bernardino, California, and you know the focus for the MBA is cybersecurity. I wanted to do the cybersecurity focus with the MBA because I didn't want to get my master's in cybersecurity and keep my professional path linear or limited. I wanted to be able to branch out, but that's neither here nor there. When it comes to Inktober, shy, you know, little shy guys over here, you know, and yeah, there you go. So moving on. I think I'm taking too long, so let me go a little quicker. The next prompt is crooked. An old man. Another one of those drawings that I just kind of squeaked out. Oh, and that shy guy one I didn't use pencil in that either. Crooked. No pencil used for this one. Screech. Oh, here we go. Please forgive the quality of my video. I'm using a rather old webcam, so it's a few years, 6 or 7 years at least. Screech. I used pencil here. I'm not going to be able to get this to focus any better than that. So this is actually modeled after my wife, and I just lost that image somehow, and I guess she wound up looking like a white chick. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just trying to model her after my wife. Next one, gigantic. Here we are. This is supposed to look like one of those, not really one of those Colossus monsters from Shadow of the Colossus. It's supposed to be sort of like a temple that, you know, just kind of transforms, gets up, walks around. When I was looking through Instagram and I saw a lot of the gigantic pictures, there was a decent number of people that did something similar to this. The little tree line with the big monster to really drive home how big this monster is. You'll see I have the clouds up here with the little birds flying around his head. Yep, gigantic. Next. Whoop. Okay. Run. I did use pencil for this to get the drawing out there right. What did I use for this? There is a game that I have installed on my computer called What If Adventure Time were a 3D anime adventure game or something along those lines. Role-playing game, something like that. So you can play as two characters. The second character is an unlockable character of sorts because you actually have to find your way to the gender bend world. And you get to play as Fiona. So what I did was I was running around with Fiona and then I pressed pause and I used that pose. And this is what we have here. I like it. I'm pretty pleased with it. You know, I'm not perfect, I'm not a professional, but I don't think it's too bad. The next one, it wasn't necessarily one that I was trying to squeak out real quick, but I did this at work and I didn't want to spend too much time on it when I should be working. This prompt is shatter. I tried to, you know, kind of offset the signature down there at the bottom along the shatter line, but well, it's offset enough. I think it drives home the purpose of the shatter look. Am I saying that right? I'm rambling, aren't I? Forgive me, everybody. Let's move on. Maybe that's why I'm rambling. I'm spending too much time talking. This, as you can see, quite obviously, and the last one didn't have pencil. This one doesn't have pencil. As you can see, this was just another attempt to just squeak something out there before time ran out. I think this one was done at like 10:25, and a lot of these were done kind of late in the day. So this is just something I threw out there. Moving on. At this point, I think I may have stopped using the prompts. There may be one or two more that are using the prompts, but I don't know. We'll see. Yes, there is one more, actually. This is just a spaceman. I messed up because I was only going to do the head. No, I was going to do the full body. And then I decided, well, maybe I'll just do the head and just leave it at that, just a profile. At some point, I decided to go ahead and add in the rest of the body. As you can see, this is way off. He's got kind of a fat head up here and more of a thin body down here. Originally, when I wanted to do this portion here, the collar would have been brought up a little higher to cross the jawline. And because I decided, no, I'm going to do the profile, and then decided again, no, I'm going to go ahead and just do the spacesuit. That's why the collar is way down here. But still, I think it came out okay. I'm happy with it. Moving on. I'm sure this video is too long as it is. Believe it or not, no pencil here. I just got the thinnest marker I had, and or I should say detailed pen that I had, and I drew this out. I used a picture that I saw online. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it gave me enough information to be able to draw this and make it look like a gorilla's head. I rather like this one. I'm quite impressed with myself, actually. Excuse me while I pat myself on the back. But yeah, no pencil here whatsoever. Just looking at the picture online and sketching it out with the detail pen. Moving on. Oh, and the size of the pen was like 0.005. Yeah, real thin. And it worked wonders for me. This is, I think, the last prompt that I use. The prompt was fat. I tried to draw out a character that I thought of some time ago, and it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to. So I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put anything out here. Just change up his look, and I wound up giving him more of a biker look, more of a Christian biker. You have not of this world, you have another scripture here, and God equals love. I added that because I was concerned that people might look at this and say, oh, you know, people interpret things differently, and I didn't want people to interpret this as like a racist white man. I didn't want that. So I put, God equals love on the side there, hoping that it would be clear that this is not meant to be a racist white man. It actually wasn't meant to be a Christian biker either, but that's how it came out because it just wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to. No pencil here. No pencil. Moving on. Another sketch in class. This time using more of a ballpoint pen, so it's still ink, but I don't know if it qualifies for Inktober. Once again, the same class, so you'll see notes. This is inspired mostly from a YouTuber that I watch, Keenan Lafferty, the KNKL Show. His instructional videos, or whatever you call them, tutorials, are very good. And he's teaching from the standpoint of character design. This chick here has I don't know, maybe a robot arm, or maybe it's just something that fits around her arm. I haven't decided, but I think I'm going to make it a robot arm. Initially, I was going to make it like some kind of stone arm. I don't know if any of you know about the Steam game that's out, but it's called Hob, and I was trying to make it look a little like that, and very early on, I just lost it, and I couldn't keep it, so I just wound up making a robot arm. Okay. So yeah, again, I'm not really doing the prompts at this point. Please forgive the length of this video. This one, there was a lot of pencil involved. Actually, one of those blue pencils. I don't know if you can see it. You might see some of the blue pencil left behind. I couldn't erase it off. Not enough anyway. So this is the only one that I've used my Copic markers because I really wanted to try to make her look like a goo girl, like a little goo alien. She's doing some pose that I saw in Instagram. Yeah, there was a post of an ebony female, a black woman, doing this pose, and the black woman was naked, but of course all the essentials were hidden from the camera view. Why did I pick this pose? The pose was a really good challenge to me, I think. And I wanted to be able to see if I could get the straight pose without making the character look stiff and unnatural. I think I was finally able to do it. Now, with this one, this is more of an influence from Mega Mikey Mikey, trying to get the hips and the torso area right. Again, I think I got it. Some other tutorials from Tumblr to make the goo appearance here. Originally, the shadowy areas here were much darker than the rest of her because I used a much lighter pen color. So I went back over it and tried to color in. Come on, there we go. I think I got it. There was also a gel pen used here to get the highlights. But I think I got it. I think I did. I think she looks more like a goo girl now than she did before when she was a much lighter color. Some of the darker areas aren't really in the right places, but live and learn. Moving on, because I'm talking too much. This is me, cutting it close. I drew this at 11:02 p.m. This is another one of those attempts where I'm trying to get it out there real quick before midnight so I could say, I did another one! So that's all this really is. That's the explanation for this one. Just me trying to put something out there. That's me, giving you the winky eye. Hey, hey, cut it close. Haha, wink. I don't know why I did the wink. I think I just put the wink in there to challenge myself to see if I could draw the wink. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I've never drawn this expression before, and I wanted to see if I could draw it properly and have it come across as a wink. I hope I did it. I'm sure you all will tell me in the comments if I did. Oh, skipping a page. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait. No, that is next because I accidentally skipped this page. Okay. So, again, another one with pencil, just like the last one, that blue pencil. As you can see, I have Inktober and Swaptober here. If you look for Swaptober on Instagram, you'll find out who is trying to start that. Marcus the Visual, I think. I think he's the originator of Swaptober. I might be wrong, but I think he is. So this is the female version of Juggernaut. I saw Marcus the Visual's interpretation of Juggernaut as a woman. And to me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about his artwork. I'm not trying to be critical, but it didn't have the characteristics of Juggernaut. It looked like a super hot woman with muscles and a couple of metal bands destroying a car. And I felt that she needed that big belt and the headgear thing, you know? So that's what I drew in here. I tried to make her a little more curvy, you know, try to make the figure a little more curvy so that there would be no mistake that this is a female. I gave her a smaller helmet, tried to make her lips a little more voluptuous, I guess you could say. I don't know, I think I succeeded, maybe. Again, I'm sure you guys will tell me. This one, no pencil. This one is deep. Okay, so this is the last one. The prompt for this day was deep. And as you could see in the thing down here, brush pens are hard. I tried to use a brush pen exclusively here. Didn't work out the way I hoped it would. Maybe because I'm just not used to using a brush pen. I should have used the thin detail marker that I have to make the boat up here. Little kraken down at the bottom there. Giant squid, giant octopus, whatever. Reaching up for that little boat. Barely left the dock. Didn't get far at all. Where is this? I don't know. But I wanted a little more here than just all that white space with the, you know, the tentacle coming up and the boat at the top. I wanted just a little more on the side, a little fish in there. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, anyway, moving on. Okay, this is the last one, I think. I don't know when I stopped and when I jumped back on there. So this prompt was trail. So I looked up images on Google for Oregon Trail, and this was another one that I was trying to squeak out there real quick. No pencil here, just a fine marker. Yeah, 0.005 again. I guess there's not much more to say about this, huh? I guess not. I looked up Oregon Trail on Google and I drew this out. Now, as you can see, plenty of blue pencil here. I'm sorry, guys. I'll edit this out. Okay, blue pencil here. That's what I used here. Again, this is influenced by Mega Mikey as far as getting the torso down. The main thing that I want to point out about this picture is that I really tried to draw a female that's not like super busty, you know, like super big boobs. I wanted to draw, you know, a female with normal boobs. But this, for me, is as small as I could get it without making it look weird. Am I making sense to you guys? I want to be able to draw a varying range of women as far as hip size and thickness and boob size. And it's like, after a certain point, I just can't do it right. And I think this is as small as I was able to get the boobs without making it look strange. But, you know, I'll keep on practicing. I like this one, though. I like this one. And I cheated a little bit by drawing the shadow in under the hood so I wouldn't have to worry about the details of the face. Sorry, y'all. All right. My wife was able to look at this and say, oh, a walking city. I said, oh, thank God. Oh, you know what it is. Good. I was afraid that after drawing this, and there's no pencil on this either, just pen. Brush pen and the fine liner marker. This is inspired by a summons from, I guess originally it was Final Fantasy IX, and I will say right off the bat, my favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, that was my favorite. Final Fantasy IX was pretty cool too. I like that. A lot of people had a problem with Final Fantasy VIII. I loved it. But In everybody else's defense, I'm an easy audience. It's not hard to please me. There are movies out there that I thoroughly enjoy that people just did not like. I think the summon's name was Alexander. Yeah, I think so. That's what this is based off of. And also, okay, another influence, and I have a lot of influences, but I watch Will Terrell's YouTube channel. I don't think he's posting that much these days, but he did a speed paint of, it was a very interesting, I don't know how to explain it, but it was something like this, walking through the water towards a cliffside town. So it looked much better than this, actually, but that's how I was influenced by his work. All right, moving on. A lot of talking, my goodness. I'm sure this video is so long by now. So check this out. I don't know what made me think of it, but I said I want to do something different. As you can see, there's a lot of blue pencil. I used the blue liner, the blue liner. I'm getting tongue-tied because this video is obviously too long. What? How far are we? We're at 28 minutes. Okay, we're going to have to make this quick. This is a picture of a town, a cliffside town. What made me think of doing it this way? I can't remember for the life of me. I honestly can't. But I wanted to draw something that was more fantasy-like. So you have these sort of guardians carved into the side of the cliff holding up these plates that have cities on them, or you know, the same town. It's, you just got to cross the bridge there. What was I going for? I honestly can't remember. I thought this would be cool, and there was a certain something in my brain that said let's do this, and now I can't remember. But this was a lot of fun to do. This was a lot of fun. I tried not to put too much emphasis on, you know, the details of the figures because I wanted it to look like it was carved into the mountain without care of too much detail. As you can see, it's a little, well, a little lopsided. The figures are a little lopsided, but I didn't care too much about that. As long as you could see it and say, yeah, that is a cityscape, or that is a scene of a village. I tried to draw the little entrances, and I don't know if you can see it, but like here, with her, the entrance is on her left arm there. I guess there's like a secret entrance in the woods there, I don't know. But you crawl through the mountain, you walk through the mountain and get to the town that way, and you can cross the bridge. This is where, you know, the main buildings are, and then you cross the bridge to where all the town folk live, and then the entrance or the exit, however you want to look at it, is on his right arm. Pretty cool. I liked it. This was fun to do. This was a lot of fun to do. Moving on, because we are at 30 minutes now. Please forgive me. Okay. What do I do? I'm starting to get tired of talking. Game Informer. Subscription. I have one. There we go. That's where I was going with it. Well, the latest one that I have has an article in there for Call of Duty World War II. And I saw a picture of one of the zombies, and I thought, well, hey, let me try to draw this. So there's blue pencil here, and I just kind of drew it out real quick. And then I used my brush pen to ink the whole thing up. I think I'm getting a little better with the brush pen. A little better. Not much, a little better. As you can see, I used a gel pen to write CODWW2 zombies. I guess I didn't plan that out too good because it's all scrunched up here. That was the inspiration for this one. Moving on, moving on. And by this point, I'm getting excited because it's like day 27 and I haven't missed a day. Woohoo! This one I had grand aspirations. Grand aspirations? Is that what I'm trying to say? Well, I was going to go back in here with my brush pen and shadow everything out here, and I just got lazy at this point. So that's why only the tombstones and the tree back there, and this little crypt here is shadowed out, or has shadow on it, because I just got lazy and it's like, oh, I'm tired. I didn't realize how tired I was and how much I honestly didn't want to do all of that work. So, getting close to what is this? Halloween at this point, I decided to do something a little creepy. I got the clouds and the moon from, I guess, the Haunted Mansion levels from Super Mario Run. Yeah, got a screenshot, and I used that cloud formation. Worked out pretty good. I liked it. By the way, I love Super Mario Run. I love it. Okay, no pencil, just a quick and dirty sketch to get this out there so that I could say, yes, I did this day too. I'm still on track. Woohoo! And we are getting real close now. I mean, we're just, like the finish line, man, and I'm feeling good about myself. I haven't missed a day yet. So that's what this guy is. Very plain, very quick. Moving on. This one, there was no plan to it. I laid down, I got my brush pen, and I decided I'm just going to just put anything that comes to my mind on there. So I started with the flower, and I worked down, and then I went back up to the flower and added some stuff up there. So let me get to the bottom here and just kind of scroll down so you can see what's going on here. That hand poking this little weird thing in the eye. It's got a fuse burning. Okay. And I actually had fun doing this one too. Had a lot of fun doing this one. I had a lot of fun doing this one. This one was fun. Okay, moving on. And what is this? I don't know. It's just something I threw in there. And it came together pretty nicely, and I said, okay, I'll keep it. Moving on. Now this rose, I tell you the truth. The 30th, second to last day, and I sat down with the intent to draw something, and I just couldn't think of anything. Nothing came to mind, and I said, I'm just going to have to draw something. I put a rose on there. This is using a brush pen. I said, I just got to put something out there. And that's what I did. Just a rose. Has nothing to do with Halloween or anything. And I was trying to think of Halloween-y type stuff to draw the closer I got to Halloween. It just wasn't coming, people. I just couldn't get it together. I didn't know what to do. I put a rose down. It turned out okay, though. I mean, not the greatest rose, but it turned out okay. At least you know what it is by looking at it. All right, the 31st and the last picture. Of course, I used pencil on this one. With this one, I used some not prompts, but some instruction that I got from both Mikey Mega and Keenan Lafferty, and I came up with this gal, and she's wearing a pumpkin. This is her Halloween costume. I don't know if there's much more to say about that. I used the gel pen in the black box there to make the tombstone and the bats, but this was fun. I actually did this at work because, when I go to work as an IT guy, there's already not a whole lot to do every day. I mean, it's a small library. I might get 2, maybe 3 calls from the front desk or the reference desk asking me to come up and help a patron at the public computers to print something, or to come up and help somebody who brought in their mobile phone to use the mobile printing feature. Today, or this day, no calls. Nobody asked for help. I was actually walking around looking for something to do, and I said, well, I'm here, I've got nothing to do, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out here real quick. Let me go ahead, because I don't want to say that this is the one I'm most proud of, but I like this. As you can see, the hand is a little funky. I don't know what I did wrong there, but you can see some of the pencil sketch that I forgot to erase. I like this one. I was very happy with this one. Again, on the face, I cheated a little bit so that I wouldn't have to worry about detail. but I like it. Anyway, everybody, that is my Inktober sketchbook. Doing Inktober really vitalized my drawing and my love for drawing. I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. I told you guys that I was going to wait until I was done showing you guys this stuff. So now that I'm done, let me go in here. Let me see if I can find this guy's name. The guy that apparently has started this whole Inktober thing. Oh man, my ears are ringing something fierce. Somebody talking about me? I actually feel a little sick today, guys. I don't know what happened. I have some adult kids that came home for a few days, and it was just so much fun, and my wife and I decided to have a fun evening with them, eating pizza, sitting outside in the backyard on the patio, uh, surrounding a bonfire. It was fun, but now I wake up this morning and I just feel a little sick. Okay, Jake Parker, I believe, is the guy who did this whole Inktober thing. Thank you, Jake Parker. Thank you very much, and this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time making these sketches, or not these sketches, but these ink drawings. Next year I want to do Inktober and Swaptober, so maybe I'll just combine the two together. Swaptober is going to be a little more difficult, I think, because it's like, well, who am I going to make to swap genders for? Uh, that kind of thing. My creativity is not as great as I'd like to say. I'll be honest with you all. Excuse me. I'll be honest with y'all. It's not that great, but we'll see. We'll put it together. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around this long. My name is Patrick. You have watched another IZBLAB video. Have yourselves a great day. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the not like button. I don't know what that's called if you didn't like it. Have a great day. Bye for now.